What's good, everybody, and welcome into your MMA-only episode of The Early Edge, your sports betting brand of record, and we are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting. Of course, I'm your leader, the coach, and as you know, it doesn't matter the sport, it doesn't matter the day. If there's a big event, we are here for you. A little housekeeping. Big time thank you first and foremost. PFL came to an end on Wednesday night. You guys have been there for us the entire season. Thank you on behalf of me and Ian Parker. We also had 3 picks from Early Edge. We went 2-1 thanks to Andrew Gombas. And PFL was a ton of fun, and it's only going to grow. So thank you so very much for the support there. But we've got to move on to the next, as the Meister always likes to say. Now, UFC, very unique schedule coming up this Saturday, Abu Dhabi. Special start time, 10:38 a.m. Eastern. Then at 1 p.m. Eastern time or 2 p.m. Eastern time for the main card. Then next Saturday, it will be a pay-per-view, okay? This Saturday, ESPN Plus. Next Saturday, UFC 268. So we got a lot to get to. Let's bring in the star of the show. I just mentioned his name, Andrew Gombas. First and foremost, Andrew, you had to feel really good about your PFL picks and Martin Hamlin. If not for a rookie mistake, you would have gone 3-0.
Yeah, it definitely feels good to cash a couple underdogs. I mean, PFL, I'm a huge fan. I mean, this is their 3rd season now, and I was looking at my betting record earlier today, and I'm like plus 23 units with like a 32% return on investment over 3 seasons of PFL. So I'm a big fan. The only complaint I had last night was the pacing. Other than that, the fights were awesome. You guys did a fantastic job, and I'm looking forward to next season already.
Do not get me started on the pacing of the fights last night. I literally sat in my home studio right here for 11 hours. It was absolutely bananas. But it was World Championships. Congratulations to 6 different fighters who cashed $1 million check last night or Wednesday night, and the fights were incredible. They were absolutely top-notch. But, Andrew, we've got to turn our focus now to this Saturday. And as I mentioned, a very special start time. So let's jump right in. Do you think that there is a difference in handicapping or how you look at things because the fighters have to fly all the way to Abu Dhabi?
No, and the only reason I say that is because it's a lot of guesswork. And at the end of the day, really, that could overcomplicate things more than help you out. I personally, the way I cap any fight, whether it's in UFC, PFL, Bellator, Tuesday Night Contender Series, anything, is I watch footage on these 2 particular fighters and I envision in the head that particular matchup, that specific matchup, how it's going to play out. So to answer your question, no, I don't take that too much into account. I'm mainly focused on what these guys have shown me and what I've seen with my own 2 eyes.
All right, very good. Well, what I see with my 2 own eyes right now, if that's even English, is my first matchup that we got to get to. We're going early on the prelims, a featherweight bout, Murphy, Amirkhani. Now, Amirkhani is a plus 260 underdog. Murphy coming back as a minus 310 favorite. Talk to me.
Yeah, so I like the dog here. Makwan Amirkhani, strong grappler, strong wrestler. He's probably a little bit behind in the stand-up here, but he could cause problems for anyone, especially early in the fight. I believe he wins round 1 at a very high clip. I think he's going to get his shots on top, especially early. And I think the submission's live as well. I played the money line at plus 280. I played the submission prop at plus 850. I think there's plenty of value still left on that line. I'm not saying I'd make Amirkhani the favorite straight up, but this line should definitely be closer.
And playing these 2, these are what we call correlated plays for those 2, for people at home that are brand new to MMA betting, that you could lose one and win the other and still make money. So that's what I love about these 2 plays. All right, next fight we're looking at. Amanda Ribas, minus 150 favorite, taking on Virna Jandiroba, plus 135 as the underdog. This will be the final fight on the prelim card. Again, at 10:30 a.m. Eastern start time. This is in the women's strawweight division. So they're small, but they're quick. Talk to me.
Yeah, so I think it might be a little bit of a market overreaction here. Amanda Ribas was a 3-1 favorite in her last fight and got caught clean by one of the best strikers in the division. She won that first round. Second round, she didn't bring it right back to the mat right away. I think this line kind of reflects that, a little bit of recency bias. And I'm not a huge stats guy in general, like I mentioned earlier. I'm more of a what I see on tape kind of thing, but you can't really ignore the fact that both these girls fought against Mackenzie Dern. And Ribas outstruck Duran at distance 72-19, and Duran outstruck Jandiroba at distance 62-43. So I think that says a lot about the discrepancy on the feet here. Amanda Ribas is a jiu-jitsu world champion, as is Virna Jandiroba. So I think the grappling pretty much evens out, and Ribas will win this fight on the feet.
I like it. And for those new viewers, new bettors, our baseline is kind of minus 200 that we look at. That anything over that, we like to put into a parlay. Anything under that, we think we can play it straight. And at minus 150, it falls right into that category. All right, next fight, we're going to go to the main card. Welterweight bout. Jingliang, plus 425 is the underdog, taking on a man who came out of the gates in Abu Dhabi and shocked the world. Nobody wanted to fight this dude, and then he got COVID. Khamzat Chimaev, I always say his name for me. I always butcher it.
Khamzat Chimaev.
Thank you. Now, he's a beast, but we haven't seen him in a while because he got very, very sick. Does this surprise you? He's a minus 575 favorite.
No, not at all. I actually bet Chimaev's money line at minus 350. I kind of had a feeling it was going to get smoked. A lot of these big favorites are going to get parlayed leading up into the fight. There's this card in particular, there's more big favorites than usual. So I think you'll see people, especially like the day before the fight, the day of the fight, kind of throwing together parlays, just putting minus 600s, minus 800s, minus 900s into a parlay. So the way I would attack this fight at this point, I think there's some value on Chimaev wins by submission at plus 275. He's got a big grappling advantage here. And once this gets to the mat, I think he's going to dominate. And it's kind of in a Chimaev fight, really, thus far, it's been predicting whether or not he's going to get a TKO or a submission. I think on the ground, Jingliang is going to be tough. He's not going to look for a way out. So he won't just kind of ball up to strikes. I think Chimaev is going to end up taking that neck. And I think submission plus 275 is probably the best way to play this now.
See, I love that too, because you can't lay the 575 because, crazier things have happened. And we've seen, we just saw it on PFL that a plus 550 underdog won the fight. So you got to be very, very careful. All right. I make Andrew on every single show make a pick for the main event. On this Saturday, the main event, I think is going to be tremendous. The light heavyweight championship of the world is on the line. Now, Jan Blachowicz, he's been very vocal the last couple of weeks, talking about how he's the best light heavyweight in the world, that he is the champion compared to guys from other organizations. Now, he comes in as a robust minus 300 favorite. He's taking on Glover Teixeira, a big-time veteran. He's been up and down the roads. This will be his last chance, in my opinion, at a championship. It's a big opportunity at plus 245. What do you like here?
Yeah, so it's not every day you're going to see me betting on a 42-year-old in a title fight, but I think all the values on Glover Teixeira here. He's durable. He's great cardio. He's got the grappling edge here. Jan Blachowicz, not to take away from anything he's done up to this point, he has beaten a lot of guys who have come up in weight. We saw him face Israel Adesanya, who Israel Adesanya is a great fighter, but he's a 185-pounder, and they have weight classes for a reason. Jan fought Thiago Santos, who's also a 185-pounder. Luke Rockhold is a 185-pounder. And I'm not trying to discredit his title run. I'm just saying I think Glover brings something different to the table here. I like Glover at this price at plus 250. I think this should definitely be closer. And I'm rocking with the 42-year-old at a plus 250 price tag.
Something we don't say very often. I'm rocking with the 42-year-old. All right, I like it. We got 5 big picks. So grab your paper, grab your pencil. We are up against it. Here is the recap, courtesy of the jeweler, and it looks glorious. Amirkhani, 2 plays from that fight. Him to win, plus 260, and then via sub, plus 900. Then Ribas, minus 150. Chimaev, I got it right, plus 275. And then Glover Teixeira, plus 245 in the main event. One more reminder. 10:30 a.m. Eastern start time for the prelims, 2 p.m. Eastern start time for the main card. The next Saturday, we'll be right back as we have Madison Square Garden for UFC 268. There's only one thing left to do. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these UFC MMA tickets straight to the pay window. For my man, Andrew Gombas, for the jeweler, for our entire team at SportsLine and the show, I am the coach. Tell your friends there's only one sports betting brand that you even need to worry about. We like to call it the Early Edge. Good luck.